Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribe-Light, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late-night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am TheLuckyPoptart.
Inquisitor? Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I am your zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. And guest so far is Hate Camel.
It's always the first one to show up.
Yeah, you are. Adam is going to be joining us later, but he's not here right now. But how are you, man?
I'm doing okay. Just taking in all the news and whatnot online and laughing my dick off.
And so the last thing that I saw was Count Dankula posting about how CNN Afghanistan said that a reporter had been executed, and the picture is Wings of Redemption. That's the last thing that I saw.
Well, I'm looking at he chummed the waters with Biden's tweet earlier, saying that he would be addressing the nation of Afghanistan. He said, "We have returned our glorious nation to its people, inshallah."
Oh yeah. No, I've seen him, trolling all day. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was just seeing the people reacting to that one. It's just you gotta know. Although some of these are that name plus random string of numbers, so it's found it, found one. But yeah, before you popped into the Discord, I was gonna start watching apparently MSNBC had a guy do an interview with a Taliban spokesperson. I'll have to get to that after the stream though.
Yeah. I don't know. This whole situation is fucked.
Hey Shroom, hey Seamus, how's it going? So, what you painting?
I am currently inking my complete Ork Biker. I've got another Ork Biker ready to be painted as soon as I'm done with this.
So how big is the I guess, do you have a full army of orcs or just?
Oh yeah. I just keep expanding it. Yeah, the orc army I currently have though, it's fairly small. I think I can just barely do 2,000 points, which is tournament level. But my orcs are definitely not a tournament army. They are a for fun army. I am not optimized for tournament competitiveness for them.
Yeah, I saw that one too, Terry. CNN also said they were chanting "Death to America," but seemed friendly. It's been a lot of stuff. My favorite one so far is I saw Short Fat Otaku and Dankula both talking about Lord Miles, the British student on holiday in Afghanistan for shits and giggles.
Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever go to Afghanistan for a fucking holiday?
Well, I mean, you get stories like that sporadically all the time. Like, do you remember the couple who went backpacking through Afghanistan, Pakistan, or whatever? It was like the Canadian couple that they got taken hostage, and yeah, they're back in Canada now. But like a couple years back, they got freed. They got taken hostage. Wife was raped repeatedly.
Lovely.
Yeah. There's another couple, I want to say from like Netherlands or wherever, that wanted to go like cycling, and I think they ended up getting beheaded. And they're like, yeah, just dumb people doing dumb shit. It's like there's not much that I trust the government about, but when like you get a State Department saying like, hey, don't go there, I ain't fucking going there.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go there to begin with.
Yeah.
Not really all that friendly to Whitey there.
Not even that. It's just like life is really cheap.
Yeah.
In some parts of the world. So yeah, don't want to travel to them parts. At this point, there are parts of my own country I don't want to go visit. Why would I want to go, halfway around the world?
I was gonna say, I sure as fuck don't want to go to Oregon.
Well, I mean, like, I guess it would be different for you, Quiz. Like, you're from a place that's literally named after a war zone now.
Well, to be fair, I'm armed, so I'm not really all that scared.
I mean, well, they haven't started calling Baltimore, like, they haven't started putting, like, Stan on the end of Baltimore yet, so I think Chicago is still... When they start calling Baltimore, like, B-Stan or something like that, then you'll know that,
Even though it's funny, Baltimore actually does have a higher murder rate than Chicago.
Yeah, but you guys got the mystique, man. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's the gangster, mystique. It's the whole 20s Al Capone thing that has never gone away from the city.
Yeah, Al Capone really fucked you guys, didn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I mean, Chicago does have an interesting mystique and history about it. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't. And so you want to talk about what's actually causing the trouble, though, in Chicago nowadays? It's the gangs. That's what's, it's the Southside gangs.
Yeah, the last thing I heard out of Chicago was the cops turned their back on your mayor.
Oh, yeah. After the shooting from Ellie French.
Was that a big thing in like local news? Did they play that up? Did they turn their backs on her? Or?
Nope. No, I heard about it in national news, but not local.
Oh wow. You would think a big city like that, the local news, the local politics and stuff, it would get some play.
Yeah. Local news is more obsessed with just, coming out and talking about the shooting of the day.
If it bleeds, it leads.
And the funny thing is that it's not just Chicago that's like that either. I mean, where I grew up before coming to Chicago, Dayton, Ohio, was exactly the same.
I mean, like Portland, they still got Ted Wheeler as the mayor.
Yup.
Terry says, I have to give them credit for putting their money where their mouth is. Most first-issue signalers sing the praises of these places, but would never actually dare to go to them. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every time I see someone, talking about how X place is better than the U.S., it's like, I will pay your airfare one way. No one ever takes me up on it.
The U.S. is so terrible. Everyone's so oppressed here in the United States.
It's so bad that everyone wants to come here and nobody wants to leave.
Yeah. Isn't it so terrible? It's like you're in a prison, man. Everyone wants to come to the prison.
This giant open-air prison.
Yeah.
Where you can do literally anything, including leave. It's like I said, I'm laughing because what else can you do?
Well, you have no recourse, not really.
So, what have you been up to aside from painting your minis and working, man? You
That's really
doing anything? Haven't had a chance to check out any comic books lately or anything like that?
No, I did watch Suicide Squad though.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yes, I did.
I liked it as a standalone film, or as it was just better than everything else DC's putting out?
I
Where's the bar we're sitting here?
Universally liked it.
Ah.
If it were the start of a new MCU or DCU, that'd be cool. Overall, all of the people that were returning gave 110%. I liked the plot and the story. It is what and again, I actually did like, David Ayer's Suicide Squad. I'm in a minority there, I know that.
I'd like to see his cut to give it I'd like to see his cut, not the theatrical cut, to give it a good once-over. Yeah. I didn't like the theatrical cut, though.
I liked it. I liked it well enough. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie. I'm not going to say it's the best Suicide Squad movie. I think Assault on Arkham was better. But I didn't hate it like everyone else seems to.
I wanted my time back.
I was perfectly satisfied. I saw it in the theater multiple times.
Well, I'm also a dirty casual too. All of my
Suicide Squad is a favorite comic book of mine. I very much enjoyed that movie. Mainly because, again, I really like the Suicide Squad comic. So seeing it actually, put out on the big screen was really nice. I'll say this in comparison of David Ayer's movie versus James Gunn's. Gunn's is way better. This new one is just overall a much better movie.
Well, I mean, didn't David Ayers, he did some of the Nolan movies writing with Nolan, didn't he?
I don't know about that. I do know that
either Begins or Dark Knight.
I do know
maybe he was involved with all three. I don't remember. I think he did some writing with Nolan for his Batman movies.
I know that Ayer did that tank movie with Brad Pitt.
Oh, Fury?
Yes.
I still haven't seen that one either. There's been a few movies over the years oh, I should check that out, and I never get around to it. That's one of them.
Fury is a badass movie, man.
Hey, how's it going, Adam?
What's going on, fellas?
I was waiting to see when he was going to jump in, or I heard him come into the chat. What's up, Adam? How you doing, man?
Still trucking along, Ask me again this time next month, and you'll have a better answer, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, are you like me and haven't seen the new Suicide Squad yet, or have you got a chance to check it out, Adam?
I haven't seen it yet.
Do you want to?
Not really.
Okay.
I didn't even see the first one.
Do you want to?
No. I think I saw bits and pieces of it, so I kind of get the gist of it, but for the most part, I don't know. It doesn't really interest me too much, and especially now that they have a whole new cast.
No, they don't. Not really.
Well, no, I mean, like, isn't like the original team not there, like Boomerang guy and
no, Captain Boomerang is there. Spoiler alert, he dies right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, the first
they slipknotted him.
No. It's funny actually. Do you guys care about spoilers at all for that movie?
No.
They set up two teams, and the first team is supposed to be the crack action go team, the one that actually goes through and does everything. But they were betrayed by one of the members there, and he let this, because they're infiltrating an island, a South American island nation called Corto Maltese, and one of the guys in the Suicide Squad actually tips them off that they were coming, and so the military is there waiting for them on the beach when they land, and just kill every single person except for Harley Quinn and Rick Flag. That also includes Captain Boomerang.
Oh shit, Rick Flair's in it?
Flag.
Rick
Oh.
Flair.
Like, fuck yeah, I'm watching that now.
Woo!
And Ric Flair survives. Woo! Wheeling dealing.
Limousine riding, Rolex wearing.
But I heard it was a fun movie either way. I don't know. I don't think I buy the because I see a lot of people making the claim that people are getting tired of superhero movies, but I think it's just people are catching on to the cookie cutter script writing that a lot of these movies coming out nowadays are holding, where it's got to follow a specific trend.
Yeah.
And I think they're kind of just getting sick of seeing the same thing with a different coat of paint.
It's funny. Red Letter Media said exactly the same thing as you, and they said that they liked the James Gunn Suicide Squad specifically because it doesn't fit into the cookie cutter formula.
How so?
Well,
number one, it's it takes itself seriously, but not too seriously. The CGI action fests actually do have a point, and there's a lot of character development in it that something like, say, Black Widow lacks.
Well, I mean, Razorfist had a video a few weeks back talking about the trend with comic books or comic book movies and how it's going to possibly go into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just watching it kind of die. We've hit the zenith already, and we're just not to say that there won't be comic movies that are good or even profitable in the near term future, but on the whole, the whole genre is probably on the outs already.
Well, I think that it comes and goes in cycles. Remember, we had the renaissance of the comic book movie once before with X-Men.
First one I always think of seeing is Blade.
Blade was probably part of that as well, but the big one that drew a lot of people in was X-Men.
Well, I mean, I remember watching Blade as a kid in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't beating you over the head that, oh, this is a comic book movie, this is this is a comic book character. So this is just a dude hunting vampires.
Mm-hmm. It's the same with the X-Men, first 2 X-Men movies.
Well, no, I mean, like they made nods to the first X-Men, like what'd you expect? Yellow spandex. Like, yeah, kinda. I mean, it's the X-Men. So.
I mean,
So,
really,
what the order? I'm sorry.
When you really think about it, the X-Men weren't really superheroes either. Were folk heroes.
No, they were mutants.
They were folk heroes. They fought against oppressors and stuff like that of mutant and humankind, trying to bridge a relationship between them. They were thrust into a bad situation and are trying to broker peace between 2 very disparate, groups of people. That's more in line with a folk hero than a superhero.
No, I'm thinking like going back to like the X-Men movies and what I've been seeing with like the CW shows, with like Flash with the metahumans.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the X-Men movies really did do the whole, being different thing, oppression from being different better.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the core of the story with the X-Men. You kind of have to do, have to pay attention to that story element within the X-Men.
Well, no, I mean, like they just, granted, it's 2 different mediums of being, a film versus television, but in the how many X-Men films have been made now? Like you had the original 3, and then
I think we're up.
Days of Future Past, or First Class, Days of Future Past.
I think we're up to 7.
6? 7. Yeah, with the New Mutants movie or whatever they had come out.
And Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. See, I forgot about that one too. I remember they had Dark Phoenix, Apocalypse. It's like 7 or 8 we're at.
Are you counting the Wolverine movies as well, and the Deadpool at that?
See, I didn't even get to those. No.
Yeah, technically, all of
those.
I
was just counting ones where it was like, I was just counting the ones that were, like the ensemble X-Men types.
Yeah. But technically, all of those are X titles.
But yeah, I was thinking like just like the first 3 movies, with Bryan Singer at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a better job with the story of, difference and oppression and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
In those 3 movies, so roughly 6 hours and change, give or take. Then whole seasons of 22 episode seasons CW writing.
Yeah.
With the Flash.
About the only half decent, I'm different stories in the Flash were the Gorilla Grodd ones.
Yeah. And they only had a few episodes with Grodd too.
Yeah, they did. They brought him back for another season after they got rid of him, but then he's not been back since, I don't think.
And then what's the shark character?
King Shark?
King Shark, yeah.
I will say this, King Shark is one of my favorite characters in the new Suicide Squad movie.
I've seen memes, so that tells me that some people are liking it at least.
I'll say this, okay? I was very much skeptical about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because the trailers are not James Gunn's friend. Whenever he makes a movie, trailers do everything in their power to make characters that he writes look obnoxious. And King Shark was definitely one of those in the trailers. But in the actual movie, he is so funny and likable and all this kind of stuff. Like, even though he's literally a man-eating shark man. But he's voiced by fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Huh, okay. See, I think that's why I had such a problem with the original Suicide Squad movie, was the trailer actually was way better than the movie, in my opinion. Just tonally different. You know, it seemed like it was so, you know, tightly done in the trailer, and then seeing the movie's like, this doesn't feel at all like what I saw advertised.
Yeah, it's like I said, the major problem with the first Suicide Squad movie is I think they wanted to make a darker, serious tone movie, but then the studio saw everyone's reaction to Zack Snyder's DC stuff and said, oh no, course correct right now. We need to change this shit. And interfered with the movie that David Ayer wanted to make. Is it good in David Ayer's original cut? Could be. I mean, I don't really know him too well as a filmmaker to make any sort of judgment call on that, but I think that the major problem with a lot of DC's movies is producer oversight and meddling. And of course,
yeah, everyone's gotta have their say. Too many cooks in the kitchen. I can see that.
And I've got to say it. I don't care. I'm sorry that your kid died, Zack Snyder. I don't care. I'm sorry. Your films suck.
I think we've talked about this before. It's like the only ones I've seen of his that I liked were the ones that he had storyboards for.
Yeah, well, he's a really good cinematography director.
He's a Michael Bay type.
Yeah. But when you write it, you're bad. I don't care. I'm sorry, but you're bad.
Yeah, like I had people try to tell me like Sucker Punch was a good movie, and
no.
So I watched that and I was like, all right. I mean, it's got plenty of eye candy. I'll give you that. Abby Cornish is a smoke show, no doubt. Okay. What the fuck is the point of this movie?
The only half decent movie that he made in any sort of thing was a remake, and that was the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah.
Because everything
that's not the first thing I even think of when I think of Zack Snyder, but yeah.
Everything else is an adaptation.
Okay.
V for Vendetta, Watchmen, 300.
Wait, he did V for Vendetta?
I think
that was him.
I think so.
Why pull that up?
I don't know. Fact check me.
Let me get the IMDb's. V4. Come on. Yeah, I know it's Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman. Who director was James McTeague.
Okay, so it wasn't Zack Snyder, but
it was written by the Wachowski sisters and David Lloyd.
Well, no, it was
well, he's the one that did the graphic novel.
Well, I was gonna say it was written by Alan Moore.
Well, I'm saying like the ones that did the script adaptation.
The screenplay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you pocket messaging me the other day. I was like, V. What's going on here?
Yeah. I was say,
is it aliens or Alan Moore? What should I be scared of?
Yeah. I was say it was weird. The my phone came on in my pocket, and popped open Twitter and then randomly DM'd you. I'm sorry about that. I felt all warm and fuzzy, and I was like, oh, his phone automatically goes to me. That's awesome. Oh man. Now, I've been trying to work my way through the latest season of Flash. Yeah.
Just because I'm a completionist and a glutton for punishment. I may have found my breaking point though. Finally. It's the episode I guess where they bring in the son Bart.
Oh.
They do they have a wedding scene because I guess they never had a wedding before. Okay, it seems like a weird time to be doing it now, 7 seasons in. But yeah, he does a whole song for this scene, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I tried to fast forward through it and finally get to the end. I was like, as soon as I finally got to the point where he stopped singing, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just gonna go find something else to do.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't even know how many more episodes I've got left of the season. I don't know if I want to go back at all.
I jumped ship a long time ago, and I've not really gone back. I was a pretty big apologist for a lot of the CW DC shows for a while, because they didn't start off bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't start off bad.
But they certainly got there.
Oh, did you see Stephen Amell's got a new show?
Yeah.
On Stars?
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Stars, though, so I don't know how to be watching it.
Actually, I think I do. I'm not sure.
That's kind of cool. I have been listening to, like, professional wrestlers, like retired professional wrestlers doing interviews here lately as well.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to, like, listen to one with the Undertaker, since he just recently retired.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've listened to a few with, like, Kevin Nash.
I say you want a really good Undertaker video. Do you know the channel Hot Ones?
Yeah, I saw his interview with him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's hands down one of my favorite Undertaker videos on YouTube right now.
Well, like when I started looking at like the Kevin Nash ones, because I didn't realize like that was him in John Wick.
Oh, okay.
He's like the one guy that John Wick doesn't kill.
Mm-hmm.
Security guard. He goes, like, why don't you just go take the night off? Yeah, I think I'll do that. But yeah, that sent me down a rabbit hole because him being the Russian in The Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he got stabbed making that movie?
Really?
The scene in the movie where he stabs the Russian with the butterfly knife.
Mm-hmm.
He actually stabbed Kevin Nash with that.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, that wasn't the prop knife. That was the actual knife. Because come to find out, the prop master was trying to chat up a chick.
Yeah.
he left the wrong knife out.
Oops.
Yeah, and even though it was a real knife, it was dull. So he got stabbed with a dull knife, and he didn't even flinch, just like the scene called for.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realized, like, all the stuff they could get away with doing because Kevin Nash was, a giant of a human being.
Yeah. It's really interesting seeing the fact that professional wrestlers, are going into movies now and they're doing so well. But they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Some of them are better than others. Let's not talk about.
Who could forget about the classic Suburban Commando?
I was gonna say, let's not talk about the Hulkamaniac movies because they're all awful.
Well, not even that. Like, he used to have his own TV show. You remember that? Well, what was that called again? Shit, I forget the name of it now. Like something Thunder something.
I don't remember.
It was like in the 90s.
What is his? Wasn't his name Thunderlips in Rocky 2?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, he had like a show with a speedboat. Oh, I gotta scroll here, man.
That was a movie, wasn't it?
Well, it may have been a movie then a TV show. Let's see. Oh, he was in Baywatch. Okay. It's Thunder in Paradise? That's not what I'm thinking of, is it? Yeah, it was Thunder in Paradise. It was a TV series. And then it had some movies after that. Oh, and an interactive video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1994, Thunder in Paradise. But yeah, listen to those guys talking about pro wrestling and stuff. Man, it took me back. Yeah. I love pro wrestling in the '90s when I was a kid. I think that's the reason why I stopped watching it when I started growing up. It's like I got into it at its peak.
Yeah,
the Monday Night Wars spoiled me.
Yeah, the Raw's War. Yeah.
I mean, flipping back and forth, between TNT and was it USA?
Mm-hmm.
For Raw and Monday Night Nitro. Yeah, man, those were the days.
Yeah. Have you watched that Max Landis video about Triple H? I
watched it with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, you played it in the Discord, and I was sitting there laughing my ass off.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's the problem with them only having like the one major wrestling place. Is like it's the same problem as having like all of the comic book stuff under Disney and whatnot. I mean, yeah, DC's under Warner, but I mean, look how well pro wrestling did under Warner as well. So
yeah, Warner is really hit and miss with a lot of their stuff. And I think Disney is just the sort of company that's gonna, try to milk the cow until its tits fall off. So.
Well, I mean, they're gonna feed you the same, homogenized paste, time in and time out because that's what sells.
Yeah, people go to it. Once people stop going to it, that's when they'll stop. All right. I will be right back, guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, Adam.
Yes, sir.
How much of the economy do you think will take a hit when Disney finally goes tits up? Like, they own a ton of shit now.
Yeah. I don't know how much, like, in terms, like, I don't know. See, I'm looking at it as more of a, if they have to start closing theme parks and if they have to start closing down studios, it's all the people who were working for them that's going to be hit. I'm pretty sure Disney, the company itself, has enough money to at least weather a storm, but will it emerge from it with just a little scarring? I don't know. I think Disney has been slowly burying itself for some reason. A lot of these companies are doing this shit. I don't know why. It's actually kind of funny.
I mean, like, look at all the assets they have, though. They'd have to sell off a lot of that stuff before the company itself finally got scarred up. Like they own ABC, ESPN, all of Fox now, except for the news division. They bought that up. I mean, I imagine before they get to the point where they're closing the theme parks, they're going to sell off that stuff first.
Oh yeah, no, that stuff's going to go. But I mean, like I said, I don't know what ultimately is going to come from that, other than just people probably getting some brands at a decent price.
Oh yeah, because they're not going to be able to sell them off for more than they got for them.
Oh hell no! And everybody else has the upper hand in terms of whether or not they're going to purchase it at a price that Disney wants to sell it at. Disney, you don't really have a choice at this matter. You're hemorrhaging money left and right, so you're going to have to sell it, and you're going to take whatever people will give you.
And the thing of it is, like, if they do sell it, it's not going to be to some up and comer. It's probably going to be to another conglomerate, competitor.
Oh yeah,
it's not like we're going to get some new, fresh, blood into the entertainment industry. It's going to be, some other old hack.
And that's what I mean, like, in terms of the IPs themselves. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, honestly, I think at this point, like you were just saying about Rageaholic earlier, that it's gonna hit that. Who did he say? Like, it's gonna be a reboot time, and then it's just.
I think we're already in that.
Yeah, so I mean, we're just gonna, they're probably gonna sit on a lot of these properties for a while, and then eventually when they feel that people have forgotten what these were, or or at least like the fog has been leveled enough that they can reboot the series and then try and get newer actors, newer writers. Will they succumb to the same trappings as before? Probably. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's come over a lot of these companies, and it's funny because Monkey, I swear he was trying to just pick a fight with somebody, because he had made mention of another tweet earlier that day.
Oh, was it about the video games?
Yeah, and he's saying that they're not obligated to make games for you for the fans or whatever. And it's like, well, no, you are. Your business is to make money. And
well, I would say if they're a private company, if it's a private shop, then yeah, their obligation isn't. If they're a publicly owned company, then their obligation is to the shareholders to make money, which is then to service the fans and sell them stuff that they want to buy.
If they're not in the means, if they're not in the business of making money, private or public, they're not running their business properly. I mean, you can have a private business and that you're only selling certain things, but at that point you're an Etsy shop, but if you're a company, or even if you're in the business of producing entertainment, you listen to the audience. That's where the money's coming from.
I think you're under the assumption that everyone working in entertainment is rational actors.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, otherwise they're self-destructing for whatever reason that they're doing it. Because again, like I said, it's very easy to just, oh hey, these people look at Call of Duty. All you have to do is make another Call of Duty, slap a fresh coat of paint, and you'll make shit tons of money. Same thing with Madden. But the moment you start deviating from that, you start losing money. And you could do that, but that's not in the best interest of the business as a whole. You're supposed to be maximizing those profits. And if the well of income was coming from this particular area, it's best to keep catering towards that area. Otherwise, otherwise just open another sublet and have them do that. I mean, I just look at it as like we're seeing it in the comic industry, where they're not listening to the people who actually buy the comics. For some reason, they're listening to everybody else, and they're going down the crapshoot, and they're losing money. They're losing their business. Same thing with the movie industry. I don't know about music. I haven't really been listening to the music industry for a while. But then in video games as well, which it kind of brings up another point that I wanted to talk about if we have time. But where this influx of make my games easy again, why is it coming up? Is there another game that came out that is kicking the game journalist's ass, or wasn't there an article about something like that? I think.
I mean, they've had multiple articles like Cuphead and other games.
There's a new one that just came out.
Oh yeah,
I saw a little while ago of someone complaining about having to water their plants in Stardew Valley. They just wanted to make a cute farm and fuck their girlfriend, their lesbian girlfriend. It was a dumb take by a dumb person, but it sparked the whole needing to dumb things down for people again.
I was gonna say, because I've been seeing the video spring around of that orange-haired lady saying the same thing, like she just wants to an interactive story, and she's like, game developers, look at, and on to the next part of the story, and it's like,
I will admit that I've been playing Hades a lot recently.
I love Hades. Oh my god.
And I have been playing it on God mode because I want to see how they finish up the story. Because I keep getting my ass kicked on. It's like I like the gameplay. Hey, I've never said that I was a gamer. I just enjoy video games. But yeah, I keep getting my ass kicked to that game. It's like I want to see how they wrap this up with. Let's
put it this way, dude. I've fought Hades a lot. I've still never beaten him. 50-something 6 runs in, I've still never beaten him.
I mean, on God mode, you can eventually it gets to the point where because I'm so bad at it, you get to the point where you're up to 80% damage resistance, and I still get my ass kicked at times. But you've got to beat that game multiple times to complete the storyline.
Oh, I know.
And I know
all about it.
Oh, it's so much fun, and what gets me is the soundtrack to it. That just keeps me zoned in on that game.
That game has seriously one of the best soundtracks ever in any video game.
That just makes you just want to sit there and just beat all the souls of hell all day long.
I say I've sat there in Persephone's kitchen for hours just listening to the song on loop.
And trying to get all the stuff unlocked. That's another thing. Like I'm not just playing on God mode just because I want to get the storylines. Also, like I know if I sit here and play just regular, maybe eventually I might beat it once or twice. I'm not going to unlock all this stuff. I don't have the attention span required to put in that much time and effort into it.
You fucking pussy.
Hey. You say that like it hurts my feelings.
There's two things I'd like to bring up about this. One, in that video, I really don't like when people do this shit where they're like, I have a big person job and I have big person responsibilities and I gotta pay blah blah. Yeah, and it's like
I just have ADD. That's all.
Well, yeah. That's like I work full time too, and I still can wedge out some time to play games. But most of the time, I'll sit there at the title screen and just have it running, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta play this game. I'm gonna play this game. Oh wait, what's this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna play this game. Oh wait, I'm gonna go watch this. Oh wait, no, so I'm back and forth.
I'll say this, everyone. If you think that Adam is not like that, can confirm.
I'm really bad at that. If it's not that, I'm looking at the game titles, or the like if I'm looking at my Switch menu screen, I'm just looking at the title. I'm like, maybe I should play some Mortal Kombat. Oh, hey, look, Diablo. I could play that. Oh, Mario. I should play Oh, wait, no, Monster Hunter. Let's play some more. It's bad. That's bad.
Like the only problem I've had with Hades is like the music is so good that I'll end up sitting there playing that and miss out on a live stream or something like that.
Oh. Well.
And I joke about having the ADD. That's because I'll have like one of my games up. I'll have a live stream going. I'll be scrolling Twitter, just bouncing back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Yep. The other thing I wanted to bring up though, because I did hear about it from Young Rippa's stream today, and he said something that really just like sometimes he's on the ball, but then sometimes he just like goes out of left field. Like he was sitting there saying, I agree to an extent. Like if a game developer is able to wedge in a easy mode into the game and allows more, because what he was saying was adding an easy mode or having being able to change the difficulty does not make it a better game. Yes and no. I say it makes it more accessible, and as I'm creating a game, I would like more people to be able to play it, but I'm not going to dumb it down as a whole just so that people can jump in. Like there's still a learning curve. You still got to figure out how to play it. Because then he brings up like Demon Souls. He goes, I think it was Demon Souls, right? This the one where it's you're the knight in really difficult boss battles.
Oh, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, all of those games.
Yeah. He goes, like a game like that, you can't make it easy for people to play. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, you can. You can just make it so that you take less damage or you give out more damage. Like they could add a slider adjustment in that towards the abilities of the character. I mean, I've never played the game, so I can only assume that this is because again, I haven't seen the source code, but I'd like to gather that he hasn't seen the source code. So from my view, yeah, you probably would be able to just change a number and have it so that he takes in, he's more of a sponge now, and it doesn't take anything away from Young Rippa, but that's where it was like, you got to be careful, because I agree, easy modes in games, cool, but have more access to it. You want a white Tanuki suit that you can fly through the screen and not take any damage, go for it. But
I made fun of my roommate for failing so much and getting the white Tanuki suit.
You don't have to take it, but
I know.
You take it.
I still find it funny.
I mean, at least it's not like the old games like Warcraft 2, where if you use a cheat code, what's your rank? Cheater. Yeah. But it is what it is. People are gonna they purchase the game, let them play it, and if they want to experience the game and it having it easier lets them get through the story, that whatever. But you got to be careful you don't fall off to the other side where you become like a Mike Matei, where you're like, if you use a strategy guide, you're not really beating the game. You gotta memorize where all this like is just nonsense, you know. Like if you use a rapid controller, you're not really beating the game. It's like, young Ripper, dude, you don't want to be that guy, okay? You don't want to be like this person beat Dark Souls on super easy, you know, cheaty mode, but I am the real gamer because I could beat it with Nolan super hard. It's like, dude, you both beat the game. Good God, just.
I mean, I kind of see that. Like, you know, I wouldn't say that I beat Hades, you know, until I actually beat it on a regular difficulty. Like, I'm playing it on God mode just because I like the music and the storyline. I want to see how that plays out.
Yeah,
but if I go back again and play it and beat it on regular difficulty, then I'll say I beat it.
Yeah, but I don't think somebody who beats it on the super difficulty level has any like sort of standing to look at you and be like, oh, you beat it on easy mode because you wanted to finish out the story. Get good, man. It's like, no, dude.
I mean, the only times I would say, you know, the difficulty level, like games where you're playing like online, like when I would play like football or you know fighting sports and like that online, it would always go to like college football. That was it would go to All-American, which is like the second highest difficulty level, and you could tell, you know, like who played. You know, who actually played competitively and who was just, you know, fucking around based on how they played.
Like I wouldn't.
There'd be some guys I would blow out. It's like, oh, you're just a casual dude. And there's other guys that, you know, it'd be a tight, you know, game, like maybe field goal or less deciding. It's like, okay, this dude plays.
Well, I mean, like, I'd agree where it's like if you're, you know, using an aim assistant, you know, that's pretty shitty. Or if you're, I think. The last fighting game that I saw it, I think it might be in Mortal Kombat 2 or 11, you know, but in Street Fighter 4 on the DS, on the 3DS, they had an option where you can map the special moves to the screen buttons. You get like 4 screen buttons, and so you can just map the special moves to that. And I can see that as if you're being in a competitive area, you're playing against somebody else. Yeah, it is pretty cheap, you know. That's like giving them the shitty Nintendo 64 controller. You know, like you're
the only time I had any problems with like a fighting game was Fight Night. Button mashers on that game. Oh my god! Like, dude, it's a boxing game. You should have to follow some mechanics of boxing to be able to win at this. Not just, you know, mash buttons and end up knocking me out. No, I reject this paradigm.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. But I mean, in terms of fighting game, I don't even like playing fighting games online with people who play it a lot. Like if I'm gonna play somebody and the only games that they play is this fighting game, and this fighting game, I'm not gonna play you in it because that's a waste of my time. I know I'm gonna lose.
I'm trying to think of like the last time I played like an actual
I feel
like,
a little
fighting
called
game.
out, Adam. You know I don't play Guilty Gear all the time, right?
I think the last time I actually played a fighting game was it DC Capcom, or was that it?
There's DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat? Okay, maybe that's the one.
And then there's Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was the DC versus Mortal Kombat. That's the last time I played a fighting game with like friends and whatnot. But yeah, usually like the console games I would stick to be like stick and ball sports or fighting sports. You know, UFC, boxing, football, basketball, baseball. PC has been a lot of turn-based stuff, just because that way I can sit there and listen to my live stream, scroll social media, do my other attention deficit shit. So
I do real time. Got to do real time, man.
Oh yeah, I've got, you know, real time and turn based, either one. Like I've been playing Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis here lately as well. I like the Europa one because I can play as my tribe. I can play as a Choctaw. I'm just taking over like all of southeastern America right now.
See, I do that with Total War Kingdoms.
Oh yeah, they have Total War Empire. They've also got where you can play a Warpath campaign. Oh yeah. But they don't have the Choctaw. They've got like they've got like Cherokee. It's like, I don't want to be Cherokee.
What's wrong with the Cherokee, huh?
And nothing. It's just that, like they're up in like, Kentucky and shit, and my people are from Mississippi. Like I want to take back my land from the white man, quiz. I want to take back theirs.
Yeah, see, I have a Discord buddy who keeps asking me to play both Blaze Blue and Smash Brothers, and both of them, like I said, these are the games that this person plays. So, and it's never like with Smash Brothers too. It's never like an open party game, like up to 4 people can join up. It's always just he just wants to be just 1v1, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, if we were sitting next to each other, that'd be one thing, because then we could like chit chat and
talk shit. And whatnot,
talk shit. But like online, I'm like, I don't want to fucking, I don't want to sit here and lose over and over again. I'm gonna go play a different game, man.
I don't understand the people that get hyper competitive over Smash. It's weird. It's a baby game for babies.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I would. But there's people. Well, I sat there and I posted this Rage compilation at Poly, and I was all like, why? How do people take this game so seriously? It's a baby game for babies. And then I was all like, oh, I think I answered my question. Because these guys that are just like slamming their controller after they lose and shit, throwing temper tantrums, I'm all like, well, you're not helping.
Wait, which game is this? What?
Smash.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that since college.
I play it here and there.
I never play it.
that was only like with a few folks in the dorms, and there was one dude with body odor. He really killed it for me. I haven't played it since.
Well, from what I
dude, there's a shower. There's a whole row of showers, not 50 feet down the hall, man.
From what I've heard, the increase in the amount of body odor you have is proportional to the amount of skill in Smash Brothers you have.
Oh well, he was a grandmaster.
Yeah.
That's just. Oof.
See, that's not stank. That's fighting aura.
that's his chi. Is that it?
You don't understand. This the whole Street Fighter 2 thing. Ryu's sitting in front of his master's cabin and doo doo doo. He's listening to his master. He's like, "You must look beyond your fist, Ryu." And you're like, "Damn, dude, this guy reads." he's in a whole different world, bro.
Yeah, this whole time I thought that was just like some kung fu shit. Nah, man, that's just swamp ass.
Yeah.
He the only reason that he's stinky though is because he doesn't want to do the training under the waterfall.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he knows it will destroy his aura.
Yeah, I never really got into Smash Bros. Again, like when I was growing up, I didn't get a whole lot of video games. That's why I don't call myself a gamer. If I'd been exposed to more games, probably would have had more of a appreciation and whatnot. But for me, it was just okay. What kind of games can I get that I can play over and over again? And once I got past like Super Nintendo, NES, into PlayStation, it really became just sports titles for the most part for me that were replayable until you got around to like the Modern Warfare games where you could play online. So I had a ton of dynasty runs like in college football. Like I built up really great schools that were otherwise just complete dog shit. I brought back the Pony Express. I don't know how many championships I won with SMU.
I think during the GameCube generation, I pretty much just stuck with PC games and ROMs and emulators and shit. I never got a Xbox, or I had an Xbox One, but I never got an Xbox or PS3. We didn't really play a lot of games on PS2 either. Now that I think about it.
See, I didn't have a PS2 until well after its lifespan had ended. But mainly because I bought into and wanted to support the Dreamcast.
Yeah, no, I was a big Dreamcast player.
Same.
I love my PS2. That thing lasted me like a solid decade. And then after it crapped out, I went ahead and upgraded, got a PS3. That thing lasted like 2-3 years. I was so pissed.
I like my PS2. My PS2 actually has my favorite video game of all time on it. So.
Which one's that?
Star Universe.
No. Silent Hill 3.
Oh. Vice City, that was PS2, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
See, that would be my favorite PS2 game. Just just cruising around like in a Lamborghini, doing drive-bys on Hooker while cranking the tunes to Mr. Mister.
You do know it's getting a remake, right?
I heard was it Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are all getting remastered, right?
Yep.
Like I said, it better have online.
I don't know how I feel about that though. Like if redoing all the graphics and stuff, making it more, I guess, smoother, modernized, realistic looking. I'm afraid that could turn into just some nightmare fuel if they don't do it properly.
I could see it just being exactly like GTA 5. Like it's gonna look exactly like GTA 5.
Huh. Well, in that case, no biggie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they could just take GTA 5 and just remake the maps to look like the cities from the old 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go back and go ahead and buy those again since I haven't played. I just don't know if I'd want to get a console for that. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to a console unless it's for games that I can't play on my PC. I'm not going to ever play college football on PC.
I bought my PS4 specifically for a couple of games that were exclusive just to the PS4. Until Dawn is only available on the PS4. It's not on PC.
What's that one about?
It's like a little bit of a interactive movie, but it's a survival horror game. And your decisions that you make in the game affect the survival of the characters.
Oh, I'm gonna die so fast.
You can kill off all of them. You can end the game with no one alive.
Of course, I'm also thinking of the old horror movie tropes, just seeing that in the video games. Do you want to smoke this marijuana that you found? Yes. You're dead.
There's a couple that goes off to have sex, and they're the first ones that get separated. And
it just makes me think of the Jason X, where they're doing the parody of all the Jason movies. We love premarital sex.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there, just with him in the bean bag or the sleeping bag, just beating it up against a tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite of the Jason movies.
Really?
I love that. I love that one. It's fucking hilarious.
To space? Really?
Yeah. Yes. I love Nightmare on Elm Street when they started. Just when Freddy Krueger just became a parody. I
mean,
I love horror movies. I love the horror movies when they're so past their prime they know and they just start making fun of themselves.
I would say, to be fair, for Nightmare on Elm Street, it only took 3 movies for them to do that.
Yeah. But that's why I was always more of a Nightmare fan than a Friday the 13th.
I think they both have their merits.
Yeah.
I really like horror, by the way. That's why my favorite video game of all time is a survival horror game.
I think that's why I got into Nightmare on Elm Street more than say Halloween.
Oh yeah, I've never really liked Halloween all that much. Halloween 3 is great though. Halloween 3 is the one that has absolutely nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's the one with the masks and the witches or something like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? See, I'm not a big, like I said, not a big Halloween. Witches? What?
I think they wanted to make Halloween into like not just Michael Myers, but like a bunch of different spooky shit.
An anthology movie,
Oh.
Silver Shamrock.
But that first one just did so well. They're like, fuck it, we're sticking with the Shatner mask.
Well, no, it's the fact that 3 did so terribly. It's only recently grown in cult popularity. When it came out, it did abysmally. So they said, fine, we'll go back to Michael Myers.
Yeah, I heard that one's that's kind of a slow burn, wasn't it? The first movie, it took a while to get to it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, compared to like today's audiences, where you got to have the instant, what's going on, what's happening.
Well, technically, all of those horror movies were like that. From Friday the 13th all the way down to fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Johnny Depp has a 2 degrees to Kevin Bacon. And it's through Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Oh, well, yeah, he played Glenn in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Uh-huh.
And he got sucked through the bed. How does that relate to Bacon? And
Kevin Bacon was in the first Friday the 13th. He got
okay. So what's the?
He got the arrow through the neck. Freddy versus Jason.
Oh. Okay. Got you there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was all kind of downhill for Johnny Depp after that movie, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think Johnny Depp is, well, it was all downhill for Johnny Depp after he married fucking Amber Heard.
Like how much do you think his French old lady wants to gloat now? Like, hey man, we had 2 kids, we had a chateau in France. Nah, wasn't good enough, huh?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, maybe the French are classier than I am. I don't know, but I'd definitely be like, how'd that work out for you? Like, that dude just seemed like he was chasing
Tang. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, like that seems like the quintessential midlife crisis, kind of like, oh, I'm gonna leave my family and go run off with this blonde that's half my age.
Yeah.
Maybe he just got a little too into his character. Like they met on the Rum Diary, didn't they? I bet you he got a little too far into his cups, and he thought he was Hunter S. Thompson there for a while, and fuck it, I'm just gonna run off with this chick.
Little did he know that she would turn out to be the psycho of psychos.
No, I mean he should have known. I knew before he got with that chick.
Well, yeah.
Like she'd been in trouble for beating on a girlfriend before. Don't. That. I mean, chicks in same-sex relationships, they have the highest rates of domestic violence. Just saying, it happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You meet a nice bi girl, do a background check.
Yeah, just a little.
She's slapped a hoe before.
Well, guys, it's almost 8:30.
On that note.
Well, slapping hoes, jocking the bitches, slapping the hoes. We've been your minions of the zoo. Thank y'all for coming out. Be sure to check out tomorrow where Skep Tock is the host. And yeah, take care, everyone. The zoo is closed.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Sorry, I know abrupt endings, but it's fine. See you later.
I was just wondering if I should be making a reference to you riding around in a 6-4.
Jocking the bitches and slapping the hoes. Yeah. Bye.